So, hi, good afternoon. It is indeed a great opportunity for ValAce. ValAce is from Valenzuela, okay, to be part of the Asian Board Games Festival here in the Philippines. Thank you for inviting us over and be able to share to you a slice of tabletop gaming life in Valenzuela City, Philippines. Oh, yan. Okay, so I am with my colleagues together with Al and, asan na sila? Al and Alfred. And we'll be sharing more about, actually it's derived from a paper that we did, that I did together with teacher Mikey. Yeah, thank you. We finally met one another again. We made the paper online without actually meeting in person. And we were able to present it among libraries, public libraries, school libraries, and all in Pampanga. Okay. And then we'll have some more quick updates on the game day in ValAce, which will be shared by Sir Al, by Al and Alfred. So let's get it on, game on, and look at tabletop gaming in the library. So next slide po please. So just to have a quick run through, ano nga ba ang game no, in the area of librarianship? Next slide po. Ayan. Okay, so we have here, as described by the online dictionary of library and information studies, game is described as a physical item or set of materials designed for recreational or instructional play. Now, according to the American Library Association and Information Today, in the context of the library, it's defined as a structured, enjoyable activity with rules and goals that fosters community, literacy, and skill development na which we actually see right now that you are experiencing in each of the booths here in the festival. So very straightforward. You can see the similarities actually in the typical definition of what is a game. So of course, games have values. So we have the next slide. It is value-packed. Ayan, makikita natin dito, what are the values of games and gaming in the library? We have here literary value. You have it's encouraging language skills, encouraging literacy activities like reading. Yes, you read while you're gaming as well. Writing and creating content and enriching vocabulary. So these are just a few which were mentioned by the American Library Association. So they have a group focusing on gaming in the library there. So we have what? We have the cognitive and educational use, that's one, the value. You have your social, the social and community. So ngayon nakikita natin how warm the community is in Asia through this particular festival, so which runs until tomorrow. And then you also have your personal and cultural value. So I believe there are several games here that you will see on each of the tables there, which shows the culture, the rich culture of Asia. Not just the Philippines, we have Indonesia, Singapore. So the different countries which are represented in each of the tables there. So next. But there's this particular challenge. Bakit ba hindi natin masyadong, why are we not hearing, tara, let's play in the library more frequently. So there's still this stigma. So some people still see games as junk entertainment, not encouraging creative thinking and learning opportunities, and possibly addictive if done excessively. Moreover, games may be seen by some as a competitor of books na that this particular individuals going to the library won't be using the books anymore. They'll just go there for the games. When actually, if you see it in another way, games, tabletop games, and books are just different formats. They both carry knowledge and information. Okay? And then, moreover, there's this resistance pa rin. Coming from what? The traditional view of what the library is. The traditional view that it's a silent space na shh. It should be a quiet space for those reading, study, and all. When actually, the library nowadays should be a collaborative space already, okay? Active space for not just reading, studying, collaborating, connecting with people, okay? So that's one. And then there's another what? Than being a silent space, you have your limited budget. Eh, hindi nga, we cannot buy books nga eh. Bakit pa kayo bibili ng games? And then of course, there's another concern would be maintenance. Now, how do you maintain games in the library, di ba? How do you maintain the cards, the games there, so that you can have its pristine condition pa or in a good condition in the following days or months to come. So those are just challenges. So going on, okay. Moreover, in the Philippine scenario, I don't know if you would agree with me. There's very little. There's little thing. Kakaunti, very scarce. Very little has been written on tabletop gaming in the library. You might see, even with a few searches in Google na okay, no, medyo kakaunti nga. You'll probably see some studies from other countries, but in the Philippines, very little, in particular in the library, no? So, I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to have this particular research together with teacher Mikey back then, okay? And next. So how did it start in ValAce? So ValAce, by the way, we call it ValAce, is Valenzuela City Academic Center for Excellence. There you will see the Valenzuela City Library. Our library is open from Monday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 12 midnight. So yes, there's a library in Metro Manila that's open until Sunday and open until midnight. So if you need a space to study, to read, to collaborate, to meet with friends. We even sometimes open on holidays. We're open last Chinese New Year because of the demand that we receive from the people that they would ask, are you open on Labor Day, May 1? We were even asked on May 1 if we're open. Okay, so now we did not open on May 1. So the employees have to rest, but we are even open on holidays. But moving forward, we had the learning experience with Filipino game designers together with Sir Ron, Fisher Mikey with Sai, okay, and then of course we have Sir Freddy and all of the people behind Larong Atin. So we had Larong Atin visiting ValAce. We also did, so this is a throwback. We did playtesting together with the local game designers. We have Pahiyas. Andyan ba? Talangkaan? Andyan na ba sila? Nice. And the Idol Center Stage. And then we also did Learn to Play of Dungeons and Dragons back then. And we were able to attend as well the Manila Game Fest back then. So that's how it started. And then come May 2023, we did install the program Game Day in the Library, which was participated by a lot of people going in and out of the library. So we did that every month. So we have the Game Day in the Library. Starting 2023 until now, we just had it this April 2026. So we're having another one this May. So we did it continuously. And of course, the people who visit the library can still use the tabletop games, borrow them, other than the day given for it, which is the Game Day in the Library, which is announced daily, announced monthly in the library calendar that we produce. Okay, next. Okay, so as you can see, that's one of the first PubMat publication materials that we released in 2023 back then. So at the moment, we have a different PubMat already. Okay, next. Okay, so that particular study focused on two groups. So we focused on the game designers and then the library visitors. So these are the two groups which were part of the study. So we focused on three areas. Next. Okay. We focused on several areas, and of course, we had more library visitors. These are the feedback on the game day that we did religiously every month. So For information, which is learning about the game day program, about tabletop games, the duration, the length of the time allotted, which is in the afternoon for the game day, and then the location. We initially had it in the function hall, and then now we're having it at the ground floor, right? At the ground floor of the Valenzuela City Library. And of course, this is really close to my heart. This I have to put. Are you happy? Masaya ka ba? I am happy with the game day program, so very satisfactory. So two things that we need to work on would be usefulness, how can they see the use of the game day, the things that they learn from the tabletop games in the game day in their daily lives. And then of course, resources, they wanted more. So satisfactory, dagdag pa kayo, sabi yan. So the variety of tabletop games in the game day program is enough. So satisfactory during that time. Next. So moving forward, we have three areas that we studied. The view on tabletop games and gaming. And then gaming in the library, okay ba or not okay? And then the different kinds of games that the people expect to be in the library. Next, please. So, it's quite long and lengthy, so we placed the QR code if you wanted to see the full answers of and the game designers and the library visitors. But what we have in black are answers coming from the game designers that we interviewed, and the ones in blue are just some of the tabletop game users' answers. Okay, so for tabletop games and gaming, their perspective provides mental gymnastics. It's a simulation of experience. So there's also listening, writing, okay, depending on what kind of game it is. Then you have here, I really like this one, not just reading but also understanding what people read. So that's what we call comprehension. Are you understanding the instructions given in the game? So you should be able to play it smoothly if you are understanding it well, if you understood it well. And then you have here another type of reading, which is gaming helps us read our opponent's next move. So you're also reading in a different way. Okay, and then of course you learn sportsmanship, strategies, and critical thinking. Gaming in the library, is it okay? Yes, it's okay. They wanted to have it in the library. We have fun with our books and activities with the group. So they wanted to have fun as well, no? Fun in the library. But then it's also seen as a challenge to introduce to people. Actually, we had some people asking, bakit may games sa library? But we have to do it monthly religiously so that they understand should be part of the library. It's a program that should be accepted so that we can move forward, no? Progressively in the library. And then what kinds of games for the library? So, more games please, ang sabi. More games, more local games. Homemade cards, Scrabble, the typical ones, chess, Monopoly, Tower of Hands, Rubik's Cube, you have that. But then they're also asking for, you have Sungka, social games, cooperative games with simple components to start. And then there's the mention of Dungeons and Dragons, Ticket to Ride, Pandemic, and different card games. So those are some of the statements. And for a better experience in the library, they're requesting for more game variety, longer gameplay hours, and increasing event frequency. At the moment, we're doing it once a month. That's what we can sustain. Okay? Some express that it's a good idea and that it's the best. Okay? So not all people are into just reading. Some people like it moving. They learn more when they move. So I think gaming is one of the things that we can introduce. And of course, they want it to become a regular program in all libraries in the country, which I'm really nice. It's really nice to know that there's also one in Tarlac that I just met a while ago, just a few minutes ago, which is worth mentioning. So we have the Tarlac Tabletoppers. Yeah, and they've been doing it for 3 years as well. 1 year, 13 months. Yeah, 1 month, 13 months, and they have local volunteers there. So it will be nice to have a talk again in a while after this. Thank you. Okay, next. Okay, so what are the reflections? So, yes, tabletop games are a must have in libraries. Not all people would understand and would agree, but I believe we should. Knowledge and information exist in various formats. It can be in the form of a book, yes. It can be in the form of a song, a riddle, di ba? Or rhymes. And it can be, yes, of course, in the form of a tabletop game. Okay? And then the people that we've heard, the statements that we saw a while ago, they expressed implicit educational aspects. When you say, let me highlight the word implicit. So when you say implicit, it means indirectly stated. So hindi sinasabi ng direkta. Okay? So it shows that these are very important in an individual's development. Okay? And of course, for you to be able to sustain a gaming program in the library or in your office, actually, you can have a game day in the office to connect with your office mates. Okay? There should be careful planning and implementation for it to be successful. And evaluation, as you can see the feedback a while ago. And I would like to mention Sir Ron, no? Si Sir Ron have mentioned four mantras which we practice in the library. We have welcomeness, openness, supportiveness, and regularity. So since 2023, I believe these four mantras have been very useful in providing the game day program in Valenzuela. Okay, and then also, we should be going beyond the usual tabletop games. We have the typical games, but together with Sir Al and Sir Alfred, they were able to have this unique opportunity to provide the local games and then support, of course, local game designers by giving them the chance of, would you like to play this particular game? Darna, okay? Ano pa ba? Depende sa month, no? It depends on the month. Halimbawa, um, there's this month for disaster preparedness month. We have the Master of Disaster that they brought. So those are some of the avenues that they can share new games. O kaya, nagiging curious, no? Library users become curious. This particular game, paano po ito laruin? And of course, they should know how to play it. Okay, so next. And then one interesting thing that I really liked, which was revealed in this paper, is that you read in different ways when you play tabletop games. The first one is for comprehension, that you should know how to play the game. Ayan, comprehension. For players need to read the mechanics of the game to be able to play it. The next one is this one, where one also gets to read others. You make sense of others' behavior while playing. This, I think, is another subject which is worth studying. Yan. So, hopefully, one of the people here in the room will have the chance to, nga no, binabasa natin yung iba. We're reading others while we play the game. And then, of course, there's this call for more studies on tabletop games and gaming in the library. Yeah. Next. Yeah. But before we move forward here, Teacher Marky, would you like to add something ba about tabletop gaming in the library? Anything else? Okay ka na? Okay. Ayan. So, Teacher Mikey, my partner in the paper is here. So, thank you for listening. So, that's the paper that we presented in Pampanga. Ayan. And then, moving forward, so now, it's 2026. So, 2023, that was way back then. That's the first year that we had it. So, how is it going? Kumusta, Al and Alfred, ang game day in the library? So, we have here the game facilitators of ValAce. Ayan, sige.
Hello. Good afternoon po. Bali, I'm Alfred from Valenzuela City Library. And isa po ako sa mga game facilitator po sa library.
Hello, check. Hello, good afternoon po. We are the game day facilitator in Valenzuela City Library. Experience lang sa mga game day user, mga
Yes po.
naglalaro po sa Valenzuela City Library.
Is mga students, minsan high school students and college students po. Then, bali may share lang po ako sa inyo na based sa experience ko po sa pagiging game facilitator po sa Valenzuela City Library is una po is medyo nagugulan ako kasi hindi naman po ako masyadong ganun ka alam sa mga game tabletop games, card games. So bago lang po akong ma-hired is doon ko lang po nalaman na ganito pala kalaki yung mga games pagdating sa mga tabletop games and board games. Then doon po na bali sa pagiging
Game day facilitator.
game facilitator is marami ako na-encounter na yung mga students is hindi sila masyadong ganun ka alam pagdating sa mga tabletop games. Bali, sa mga card games, bali yung mga traditional na card games and board games, ayun lang po yung parang alam nila. So, dahil po sa game day na program po ng ValAce or ng Valenzuela City Library is marami silang naging alam or panibagong knowledge about po sa paglalaro ng iba't ibang uri ng games.
Modern and
ng
mga
card games and
bagong
board games.
laro. Then ayun po, hindi lang naman po estudyante, meron din mga bata na mga senior and yung mga napapadaan lang na gustong mag-relax sa library. Naglalaro sila. Humiram sila kahit hindi po game day, pwede po silang humiram ng board games. Yun po. Basta may dala pong ID. Yun po.
Ayun lang po. Next po, sir.
Yun po. Siguro simula noong 2023 po until last year, 2025, nagkaroon po kami ng 1,000 of participant na naglaro ng game day, ng board games na hanggang ngayon, mas madami sila kasi yung board games natin mas dumadami, yung mga nagdo-donate, yung mga na bibili natin sa library, mas nadadagdagan sila at mas naiengganyo yung mga estudyante, yung mga bata
Bali,
na lalong maglaro. Yun.
Bali, dagdag ko lang po, hindi lang po sa Valenzuela yung mga naengganyo maglaro po ng mga iba't ibang card games natin and board games. Pati rin po yung mga katabing city like Bulacan.
Caloocan.
Then meron din po sa QC na binabalik-balikan po nila yung games dahil na-curious po sila sa larong yun. Yeah, dito po, ito po yung game day na program po ng Valenzuela City Library. Every once a month po is nagkaroon po tayo ng program. Bali, ito po yung mga students ng Valenzuela, like pamantasan ng lungsod ng Valenzuela, then ibang school po. Then na-featured din po kami sa Manila Times, no? Bali, renomote po namin yung Master of Disaster.
Master of Disaster.
Yung MOD po. Bali, which is dala po namin ngayon.
Yes po, eto po yun.
Ayan po.
Yan.
Bali, meron pong dalawang version po niyan. Isa po is English version and Tagalog version po.
Eto din po yung madalas na nilalaro sa library namin. Parang siya yung mas, party games.
Oo.
Mas educational po. Parang magiging aware tayo sa, lalo na ngayon sa mga disaster natin,
Yes, po.
na sunog, baha. Yan po. May educational purposes din po siya, hindi lang basta laro. Yun po.
Medyo may katagalan din po siya, no, laruin. Minsan po is umaabot po siya ng 15 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes,
15
depende.
to 20 minutes po. Depende po sa game.
Yung player po niya is 5 to 6 players.
6 players.
Yun po.
So, karamihan po ng mga naglalaro niyan is yung mga magkaklase po na mga estudyante po.
Ayun po, hindi lang naman po sa library po namin, although sa pop-up din po. Yung pop-up library po is, kami po yung lumalabas. Pupunta po kami sa mga lugar na hindi kayang pumunta sa library. So, kami na po mismo yung pupunta sa lugar nila.
Yes,
Then, isa po si Game Day, mga board games, nakasama sa pop-up library. Then, yung mga bata, yung mga kahit matatanda, is nakakalaro sila kahit hindi sa library kasi kami na mismo yung nagdala ng game para sa kanila.
Yes po. Then, kadalasan po is sa mga park kami pumupunta.
Yes po.
Sa mga park po ng Valenzuela City.
Yes po.
To add more locally rated tabletop games, involve library visitors to volunteer and create, be a continued promoter of tabletop gaming in the field of librarianship.
Yun.
Bali,
Ngayon taon, magdadagdag pa po kami ng mas madaming card game, board game yan, na isasama namin sa game day para po at least maraming mapagpiliang laro.
yes po.
Then, meron din po kami mga nagbo-volunteer na
Mga
estudyante na nagpa-facilitate din po ng game day po namin na yon, tumutulong sila sa pagsiset up. Then, ayun, sila din nagtuturo ng mga laro na kung anong meron kami.
Yes po. Then kung paano po namin pinopromote yung game namin po is yung sa game day is yung like po sa ValAce pop-up library.
Yes.
Bali, sa papamagitan po nun is napapalapit po kami sa iba-ibang lugar na para i-promote yung mga hindi pa nila nakasanayan na laro.
Yes po.
Kumbaga, yung mga modern games na hindi pa nila masyadong nakikita o nalalaro is nadadala na namin sa ibang lugar, barangay ng Valenzuela po.
Ayun po. Meron din po kaming isa pa na madalas na laruin sa library. Ito yung Last Stickman. Ano siya? Party games din siya. Maingay nga lang siyang laruin kasi masaya siya. Paunahan. Ang experience ko naman dito is talagang paunahan sila sa card eh.
Oo, paunahan.
Minsan nagbabalyan pa sila, minsan nagtutulakan, nag-aaway pa nga eh. Ganon siya kasaya. Kaya mas mapili siya dun sa mga laro na meron kami sa library.
Yan. Kung nagagawi po kayo sa Valenzuela,
Yes po.
try nyo pong pumunta sa ValAce po, sa Valenzuela City Library natin. At matatagpuan lang siya ng Along MacArthur, no sir?
Yes po. Pwede nyo rin po kaming makontak or pakipollow na po, paki-like. Valenzuela City Library Facebook page. Then, pwede din po kayong mag-email sa valenzuelacityllibrary@gmail.com. Yun po.
Bali, salamat po.
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng
pakikinig.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Okay, marami pong salamat mga sirs at ma'am. May question po ba from inyo or nais niyo po pang gustong malaman how to get in touch with them? So, sige, picture muna kayo. Picture. Okay. Thank you.
Sige, may isa pa.
Tagal naman, Mikey.
Ay, sorry.
Ma'am,
Tara,
sige,
tara.
sige po,
Sorry.
dito lang po tayo.
Sorry, here we are.
Ma'am, I have a question, no? And it's great that it's in a library, but
Next library.
when me and my co-host were talking earlier, there was the same thing that we were asking. The question was, what came about? Because it really did not connect. Board games in the library, it really did not connect. So we're gonna ask, what prompted you to start? You know?
Start? Actually, since high school,
Yes po.
I'm really into gaming naman. So, eventually, I had a chance to meet with Sir Freddy of Ludus when I'm already working. Okay, we're opening ValAce, Valenzuela City Library, ValAce to the public. And we were actually thinking of adding games already in the library. Other than that, I was thinking, how can we have focus on this particular game, this particular resources? Most of the time, we put focus on books and reading, but not on this non-book formats.
Okay.
So what we did was, it should enter the consciousness of the people regularly. Okay, so that's one. So we promoted it regularly. Every month you will see the game day in the library, in the PubMat, in the monthly calendar of ValAce since 2023. Then we were able to eventually, by searching and all, we're able to connect with Larong Atin. So that's one. We wanted to, of course, promote local game creators here, game design creators here in
Yes, at hindi lang
in the
sungka,
Philippines.
no? May
Not
mga
just
iba pa.
sungka, not just sungka. Oo. We have sungka. People know sungka. But some actually hindi pa alam ang sungka.
Oo, talaga po.
Oh, they have to teach it as well. Sungka and the other traditional games.
Oh, okay. So yun po yung, yes, bro.
Yes, sir.
No, just really the siguro what's your top three
Top three.
of board games that you like
Top
to teach in
three.
the life? Yeah.
What are the
That was
top
most
for
played,
me?
most requested?
Our
The most requested,
personal
personal
choice.
choice. One of the things that I really like, which I also introduced to my students, I'm also teaching, I'm a lecturer in UP, Library and Information Studies. So one of the things that I discussed with them is Darna.
Darna,
So
okay.
those Darna, that's one. It's by Nico. And then Plastic Man is actually a fun game to play. A fun game to play. And then one of the most requested would be Masters of Disasters.
Okay,
Oo.
kay Nico.
Yeah.
Correct ba? Nico and Aya? Is that correct?
MOD. Yeah.
Okay,
Kay
okay.
Nico and Darn.
Another question, ma'am. What was the...
By the way, isa pa would be, if it's gonna be for nature, Pawikan Patrol. Yan. Yan.
Kay Mikey?
Yeah.
Pawikan Patrol.
Yan. Yan, tama. Right. For nature.
I also have another question. What was the most difficult thing that you had to go through para i-embrace ng LGU yung idea that board games can be used also in the
That the
library?
library should be quiet.
Yeah.
Should not be
see,
like...
it's not
Yeah,
a joke.
that's what I was
That's
explaining
the first
earlier.
thing
It does not compute.
That's the first thing you and I thought.
How?
So that
It took
what we
time
did,
for you to
in the library, we have a place where people can do their studying. It's at the second floor at the study hall, and then we have the game day in the function hall and at the ground floor where there are kids who can, yes, they can like say things louder. Yeah. Pwedeng magsalita na mas malakas.
So yun talaga yung una nilang apprehension.
Oo, tahimik kayo dapat. Di kayo nagsasalita.
Bawal.
Bawal. The library should be a silent space.
But
No.
we were discussing earlier, there was still a stigma in the Philippines about libraries being quiet. But in the West now, they're having a different trend. You can now go there, work, do business, research, hang out, and even play games. Yeah, you were mentioning earlier in the West, there are board games now also inside the library, and they could play. Even, I think you mentioned computer games, right? They can also do it in the library. So it's good na hopefully more LGUs, more
LGUs,
libraries
because
will
Yes.
It's
embrace
something
it.
that really changes the culture from the grassroots level.
Yeah.
So later on, we'll also be going around, hopefully adding more games coming from those other countries.
Yes, you're gonna find a lot
Yes.
also.
So that we can have that cultural part introduction of the other culture coming from different countries. We have Dorian, no? From Singapore.
In local, we have local Malaysia,
Local.
Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, Japan also is here, and they have great games.
Yes.
Even our syempre hindi ko na sinabi Philippines, but we have a lot of representatives. They also have great games. In fact,
So
our
many.
guest earlier was Benil It's another school. They're also there. They're also developing games. I'm sure they can add more, or maybe you can commission them to develop games for
Yes.
for the library. So, yun po yan namin. So, may questions po ba?
Yeah,
okay,
question.
ma'am,
Go ahead.
question?
Yes, hi.
Hi,
Yes, hello.
Matthew
Your name
here.
is
I'd like to.
Matthew.
I'm currently working as a teacher, and I used to be a school librarian.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Are you
nice.
open to collabing with school libraries?
Yes, of course. We're open to collaborating with school libraries. You just let's get in touch through the email, or you can message us in our Facebook page. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we're very
I think
open
this
to
is
that.
the events you've held very cool.
Thank
so
you.
I think it'll be nice to like share that with
Thank you.
the schools that I've been to.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Yes. We'd love to have more, to connect with school libraries actually. Because kids, they should grow up playing. No? Kids should grow up playing, not just reading, but also playing.
Yes.
Thank you.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, actually, it's a great point. I forgot their school libraries. I thought it was just city libraries.
Yes.
So, but that was good. You can also collaborate. Ma'am, you have your details here
Yes, we
earlier.
did.
So if you want in your school, in your local government, in your public library, or not even just using games in general for education, please get in touch with Ma'am.
Yes, we'd love
Ma'am
to
Rochelle.
connect. So you can email us at valenzuelacitylibrary@gmail.com or Facebook, send us a message. Yes. Valenzuela City Library.
Any more questions?
Any other
questions,
guys?
Okay.
Thank you for having us here. Salamat po.
Oh, it's great.
Thank you so
po for
much.
sharing, inspiring that yes, board games can be used not just for gaming, no, for school and learning. So, if you wanna get in touch with Ma'am, baka nandito lang kayo or you'll be going around but you can see her and if you have questions, open naman si Ma'am. Sige po, Ma'am, thank you. Sirs, thank you
you so
also.